In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Repper app to create really cool all-over print items from Printful, and I'm also going to be ordering them, and I am going to take them with me to Greece. Hey, I'm Mey, and I'm a print-on-demand content creator here on YouTube, and I think I'm mostly known for two things. The first is the fact that I have the largest amount of print-on-demand items in my house, whether it's in my closet, in my living room, on my walls, or literally everything that I wear, accessorize with, or walk around with is print-on-demand. And the second thing is that I am obsessed with patterns, especially when you have all over print items and it just looks so good on them. Like this all over print hoodie from Printful that I made with an app called Repper. Repper is an amazing web app to basically create patterns from pretty much everything. I'm going to be designing and ordering 3 different items: the all over print towel, the all over print t-shirt dress, and the large all-over print tote bag with a pocket. I like that they have a pocket on this one, especially if you're going to the beach and you want to separate like the towel and the water and the sunscreen away from your phone, keys, and wallet. This video is not a full Repper tutorial, so let me just take you through the works and show you what Repper can do for you for your print-on-demand products. Repper basically allows you to take any kind of source image. That can be a painting of some sort, whether it's a very realistic painting or an abstract painting or some kind of liquid art, and it can even be something like stripes. And the way that the app works is by you selecting a part of the image and a tiling option. And as you move along these tiling options, you get different results of how the pattern can look like. Repper has loads of tiling options. My personal favorites are the octagon. I think it creates this really unique look to pretty much everything you put into it. I like the arabesque one, the echo honeycomb, the bloom, the Persian star, and it's just a world of patterns created from a very simple source image. Now, I don't know if you notice when you're moving around all these tiling options, but you're kind of creating a collection, because every time you move the selection space a little bit or change the tiling option, you create a pattern that kind of resembles the other patterns that you have. And that is exactly what I'm looking for if I'm looking to go to the beach and have everybody look at me and go like, oh wow, where did you get all of these matching things on you? That's exactly what I want to create. And I think that this is something that is really important for online stores these days, especially because if someone finds something that they like and they don't want to get the exact same print for a different item, they can definitely get a print that matches instead of identical. For these summer products that I want to take on with me, I decided on this source image. I know it doesn't look much. It doesn't look like anything. It's a wave, and there is like a blue flower, and then there is like this green red flower and a little bit of green on top. That is an image that I assembled from free elements on Canva. It's 5,000 by 5,000 pixels, and the larger the size that you have on your source image, the better resolution, the better quality you'll have with the size that you export from Repper. Repper can export really large sizes for each and every one of your designs, so there is no problem of exporting the entire size of whatever you want to design. If you want to export something in 20,000 by 20,000 pixels, not an issue. However, if you do not want to mess around with large file sizes, you can also export a specific tile and then upload it to Printful and use the repeat option over on Printful to create your all over print product. Once I had this source image over on Repper, I was, moving it around a little bit. I was changing the area that I'm selecting each time. I was moving it around. I was switching a lot of different tiling options to see what I like. And one thing that I also like about this design tool is that they also have like special effects, so you can actually play around with the colors or the brightness and the different saturations and settings of your source image. So it's very easy to create something that is a little bit brighter or even black and white from a very colorful source, or even change everything to be white and blue, or white and pink, or white and green. And I think you get the point, right? One last thing that I love, absolutely love about Repper is to break the pattern with the metamorphosis effect, which creates this insanely spread open pattern that I think is kind of interesting because it's not a seamless pattern on its own. And I think it creates this like really interesting visual, especially for long products such as the t-shirt dress or even the tote bag that is wrapped from back to front. Now, after playing around with it a little bit, and when I say a little bit, I mean like 45 minutes, I came up with what I want to print on actual all-over print products with Printful. The first one was the all-over print Sublimated Towel. I went with this selection of inside the image and the high five tiling effect. It kind of looks like flowers are moving around there, and I really, really love how it looks. I basically exported it in a really, really large size, and I uploaded it to Printful. And the minute that I saw this on the mock-up, I was like, yeah, that's gonna be my towel, no doubt about it. The second thing I wanted to design was the large tote bag that is a double-sided all-over print tote bag with an inside pocket. I went along with this selection of the image, this part of the image. As you can see, it's not a 1:1 ratio that is being selected, as well as the Echo Honeycomb tiling option and the metamorphosis. And as you can see, it basically took the pattern and broke it from right to left. After exporting it, I uploaded it onto Printful, but instead of making the pattern go from right to left, I made it go from up to down. So both sides of the bag kind of look different, even though they are with the same pattern and basically with only one print. Now I needed to create the pocket. And I like to write things on my pockets, whether it's to leave room for your logo, for your brand, or some kind of really cool message. So what I needed is something a little bit brighter. I took a smaller selection off of my source image. I'm mostly focusing on the foam of the waves and those little red flowers, again with a high five tiling, and with the effects I made the brightness go up so the photo will be brighter. Uploaded it onto Printful for the area of the pocket and used the Printful text option to just write summertime. The third product and the last for this video was the all-over print t-shirt dress, and it took me a little bit of time to realize what I want to do with it. I was moving the selected area of the image a lot and trying so many different tilings, and I kept kind of coming back to the tiling that I did for the towel because I really liked it, that with the high five tiling and selecting that specific area. And then I just realized I'm gonna use it with the metamorphosis effect to basically create this dress where on top there are flowers, but as it goes down, they open. So it's all flowers, but they all look kind of different. And again, just seeing the mock-up, I was like, yeah, I think I'm sold. I think this is it. Now all I had to do was order these items. And I do have to say, side note, I live in Bulgaria and Printful is probably my favorite print-on-demand platform because they have a fulfillment center in Latvia, inside the EU, and everything comes here really quick. And when I say really quick, I mean like this. And just like that, it's here. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my God, it came out so pretty. Just by looking at the packages when they're wrapped, I can already tell like the colors came spot on. Oh my God. So I really want to open these up, but there is one thing that I have to do before showing you the results of the products of how they came because they are stunning. And that thing is to go to Greece. Everything is here, I'm here, and it's time to head out to the beach. And yes, I cut off the color of my dresses. I kind of like the off-shoulder look more. And I actually took a lot more Printful products with me than the ones you saw me designing, like the flip-flops that I really love. They're super comfy and have an amazing color quality. The new shoulder bag that they have, that was a big surprise for me to find that out with a little bit of tie-dye on it. And even the spiral dotted notebook, I love their notebooks for some much needed journaling by the ocean session. The tote bag is amazing. It's super big. I love how the metamorphosis looks on it, and I love how the pocket print came out. I was kind of thinking, should I go into the water? Should I not? And then I tried, and it was really, really cold. Yeah, Greece in May is cold, so that was a no. But I do have to say, everything came out perfect, which was kind of expected with Printful quality. So thank you, Printful, for hosting me on your channel for this video with this awesome merch. And thank you all for watching. Have a beautiful, beautiful summer.